All right. Hey, welcome, Houston, Texas. This is Mike Alexander and Philip Warwick coming to you here live. And really got a great presentation for you for a guy that is truly making it happen, Mr. Philip Warwick. And, myself, Mike Alexander, looking to help people do some owner finance and achieve what they're trying to find, which is their dream home, a house that's affordable and easy to live in, and want to make it with little hassle. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to Mr. Philip Warwick and give you a little bit of background information about who Philip is. But Philip, go ahead and tell people a little bit about yourself and tell
Okay.
us what you're doing to help people owner finance today.
Okay. Sounds great, man. I appreciate you having me on the call today. And, I've been buying and selling houses for a little over 11 years, been full-time real estate investor and entrepreneur my whole life pretty much. But we've been helping buyers that want to own their own home. But the long and short of it is they can't qualify for a bank loan at this time. Maybe they need a little bit of time to get seasoned in the job or to raise a little bit more of a down payment or to get their credit fixed up a little bit so that they can qualify for their own bank financing at a future date. So what we do is we offer up owner financing with or lease purchase programs where they don't have to qualify for a bank loan right now.
That's great. That's great, Philip. And I just want to say from day one, you've been somebody that's impressed me. I want to give you credit also because not only do you and I both own or finance properties, but we're also wholesale investors, meaning we look for opportunities in the market and help pass those along. And I want to thank you because you actually helped me make about $20,000 on a really quick and easy flip. So thanks for helping me put a little bit of change in my pocket there. But
Well, good for you. Time to get the next one now.
yeah. So, but the purpose of this call again is to really focus on how we are helping owner finance buyers. And one of the things that I noticed here in the terms of the opportunity is that my wife and I own a company, Neartown Properties, and we help people buy and sell retail real estate. Well, what I want to kind of go over is that, the market has really changed significantly for both buyers and sellers. And this presentation is meant to provide a little bit of knowledge about that, but really want to help people confidently buy and sell with owner finance terms. That's simple. And really help people find their dream home. So that being said, I want to go over a little bit of things also on your bio. I know a little bit about you, but again, so people know a little bit about myself, know a little bit more about you more intimately, because you've
Sure.
had some amazing success, and I want to share that with people. But also give you a nice shameless self-promotion at successHomeSellers.com, one of your many websites. Tell us a little bit about how you've been an entrepreneur, what brought you into helping others in this niche.
Okay, well, I'll give you kind of a brief, short version of my
Yeah.
bio. I grew up on the mission field in Brazil. My parents were missionaries in Brazil, so really the first 10 years of my life I spent on the mission field. So when we came back from Brazil, my dad started a sign company. He got out of the ministry. He started a Brazilian church here and partnered up with one of the guys from the church, and they started a sign business together. And I went to work for dad, so I've always been entrepreneur minded. My dad was an entrepreneur, obviously, having your own church in the third world country is entrepreneur type activities as well. And so I always worked for him. And then I took over the family business short after my dad passed away in 2000 and bought the sign company for my mom and helped run that. And then about 2 or 3 years into that, I started buying and selling houses and really liked the money that I was making in the real estate business. So I decided to sell the sign company and jump in, with both feet into the real estate business. I ended up owner financing the sign company to one of my employees and let him run the business, and he ran it for about 8 years. A couple of years ago, he called. He was having a little bit of trouble with the business, kind of lost interest in it, and offered it back. So we purchased the business back November of 11. So now we've got the sign company. We do signs, banners, printing, promotional products, ad specialties. You can learn more about that at RS Graphics. It's rsgraphics.net. And then meanwhile, over the past couple of years, just kind of got that business turned back around and still doing the investing and buying and selling houses. And our main focus the whole time has been on doing owner finance and lease purchase programs. and that's basically what we've been doing the whole time. So what we'd like to do is work with sellers who need to sell or want to sell, but they don't have the 3 to 6 months to list, market, and sell their house through a real estate agent. So we kind of help sellers that need to sell in a hurry and buyers that can't get qualified for financing. And that's basically what we're doing. I've also got a program where we're teaching other investors how to do what we do. And like you said, wholesaling houses to other investors and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
So just having a good time with it, yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things also, I knew you were an impressive guy with just talking to you when I first met you, but I knew that there would be layers to the onion that would peel off that would impress me more and more about you. So I'm glad that you're here with us, and also a personal mentor to myself, Philip, so thank you. You truly provide some of the best owner finance terms in Houston, which is one of the reasons I was instantly attracted to some of your properties that you have available. And again, guys, you can go to successhomesellers.com to check out some of Philip's inventory of properties that he's bringing to you. And we're going to talk about a couple of different things. How Philip is an investor. I myself am also an investor. Some of my background is actually investment and financial planning. And for me, this was, I also speak Spanish as a native fluent Spanish speaker. A lot of people might not guess. But I want to go ahead and release this Owner Finance, the book that I'm bringing to everybody to really just help understand the benefits of owner financing in this market and why the traditional means of buying and selling real estate is really not as viable and as lucrative as it once was. But that being said, tells you a little bit about my background, how I've been an investment advisor raising hundreds of millions of dollars for other clients that are retiring, looking for retirement income. And real estate was one of those things and avenues that provided a lot of retirement income for people. So it's something that we talk about, but also really owner finance, what I found was the fastest way to help people buy and sell. And that being said, I'm very interested in helping others. And, but I'm a family guy. We do between 5 and 10 homes a month. We're looking to push north of 20 before the year end. But, Philip, folks like you help me buy and sell more houses because you have great inventory. So thank you for bringing that to the market and helping others. But really, I want to talk about why we should owner finance, why people should consider owner financing in this market. And I got a couple of slides here I'm going to discuss to help people better understand some of the current market landscape when it comes to real estate. But talk about some things about the Case-Shiller, some Realty Track information, go over some case studies of real life people that we've helped or that I've helped and how it's helped our business, but really more importantly, how it helped the end buyers and the end sellers. Because, we really want to add value to you guys that are buying and selling, whether you're, really motivated or whether you're an owner that has tons of equity. Owner finance can really be a great solution to help you buy and sell faster and with less hassle. But this slide here, brought to us by Realty Track, is the source here. It just shows a picture of how monthly foreclosure filings had been increasing since about 2005, really even 2000, a big push in the real estate market and bubble. Easy credit made homes easy to get, and with little to no money down, no skin in the game. And any hiccup in interest rates or resets on the mortgages has really sent foreclosure filings skyrocketing. And it's also meant that a lot of people that are really looking to buy and sell that have had little or no equity typically need to come out of pocket between 9 and 10% just to sell a house. Well, when you have FHA loans that are zero down, it doesn't leave a lot of room for equity when it comes to closing a deal or selling a home traditionally through a traditional realtor. So as investors, I feel that we're able to provide better owner finance terms, better monthly mortgage terms than what your traditional real estate agent might be able to otherwise provide. So just so what you see here is the number of mortgage or existing single-family home sales. And single-family home sales have been quite volatile, as you see, from the 1980s to a peak in 2000, 2006, from 3.5 million to 7 a little over 7 million. And then we saw something interesting happen, as we all know, when the market whipsawed. And in 2007 to 2010, when the banks had all their mergers and things that were going on, but we saw an amazing decline of new home sales, and partly because it's been so difficult for many people to get traditional financing through a bank. So the opportunity is amazingly huge, and it's part of what we're seeing. But essentially, there's been volatile home values, and again, sellers simply can't afford to sell because they've had little or no equity since 2000, give or take. New lending has been down as much as 42.5%, and buyers simply just can't get financing, high unemployment, you name it. All these factors have contributed to a new market dynamic, and so I want to help provide a couple of tips that three negotiation tips for buyers that they should always know and understand, and this works for sellers as well. And this is something that we go through, Philip, in helping others, because not everybody always understands all the finance and the things that go in on this. But to give you really just bird's eye view of how to negotiate terms and how to understand what you're going through when you're going through a deal.
Okay.
So Philip, you know, one of the first things that we look at when we're trying to help people is evaluating, you know, what the down payment should be, and typically that's going to be in the range of 10 to 20%. Would you say that's pretty standard?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, people want to have a little bit of skin in the game, obviously, you know, so we'll know they're serious about owning their own home. And at the same time, that gives them some built-in equity. That way, you know, if they decide to sell 2, 3, 4 years down the road, they won't have the same problem that these other sellers are having with little or no equity. So, yeah, 10 to 20% down payment is pretty standard in the industry and pretty much what we're looking for.
Yeah. And you see some of the other bullet points here, but can you tell us a little bit more about how the monthly payments normally work and the interest rates and loan duration, some of those terms?
Yeah, normally we do a 30-year loan, so a 30-year amortization, just like the mortgage companies do. That makes the payments reasonable. Obviously, we want to put people into a payment plan, a monthly payment that they can afford based on their income and employment. And our interest rates are usually right there in that range, that 7 to 10% range. And, you know, there's a few things that go into play with the variation of that interest rate. And it might be, you know, sort of the seller's credit. Obviously, we're going to work with buyers that have good, bad, ugly credit. That's fine. But the down payment and their monthly income, too, will help us kind of determine that interest rate. And also, depending a little bit about the term of the loan, the existing loan that we have on our underlying lender as well. So
Right. That's great. And again, that's exactly why I really enjoy working with you, because so many sellers are just unreasonable. Having these balloons that are 2 and 5 years sometimes can be really short, not offer people enough time to really pay a note off. And you're doing a great job of bringing that value to others and really giving them an affordable monthly payment.
Right.
You know, one of the other things, and again, I want to just give credit to you because I know that you've done a ton of these transactions. Can you just share with people how many owner finance transactions you've done in the past, several years, or since you really got going with
personally,
owner finance?
I've done of my own deals over 100 houses. You know, we've been involved in over 200 transactions where, you know, we help sellers and other people as well. But personally, I have bought, taken down, purchased, and sold over 100 houses, my wife and I. So
That's why I got you on the phone call, because you're the man, Philip. I know you're helping a lot of people and making a killing at the same time for yourself and really adding value to others. So thanks again for doing that. Now, some of the other major components that I want to encourage people to look at when they're buying a house is really using an option. An option is something that you should always request unless you're very professional and proficient in inspecting properties. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to inspect a property, make sure that all the things that should be working with the house are working, and make sure that you don't have any unknown surprises. And it allows you to ample time to inspect the house. 10 days is typically standard. But with these types of properties that we're offering, it's first come, first serve. You're really not going to get much time to inspect the properties whenever you're buying. But these are some of the components when you're looking at owner finance properties. Also, this is going to allow you to back out in case of unforeseen repairs. Once you get those inspections, allows you to have no harm, no foul whenever you're buying the properties. The other component that's really important is just doing a counteroffer. You know, depending on the transaction, depending on the deal, there's typically always some kind of room for negotiation. Now, that might be the case with an unmotivated seller, your standard person. But again, what I like about Philip is that you don't need to negotiate the deals whenever you're working with somebody like Philip, because they've already taken the steps and found people that had just really needed our help. We're probably going to foreclose, or for whatever reason, we're just very highly motivated to get paid in less than 30 days. And sometimes, you know, between 30 to 60 days tops, really, on an owner finance deal. What's your typical turnaround time, Philip, you'd say, for owner financing a house?
Okay, well, we've got a pretty good buyers list, you know, so we've got a good following from over the years that we've built up. But I mean, usually once we have a house and we put it on the market, we'll have, you know, 10, 15 people looking at that house that same weekend. So on average, if our buyer comes out of our existing buyers list, we're going to have the house sold within a couple of weeks. And so that's why we like to encourage people to get on our buyers list, even if we don't have a home available right now that they want, or even if they still need a little bit of time to raise their down payment and stuff, just to kind of see our inventory, see what's going on. So then if our existing buyers list take it, we open it up to the public market, and, you know, usually within 30 days, we'll have a buyer for that house.
Exactly.
I want to touch on a couple of things as far as the option period. One of the things that I've been doing that's been working really well for both me and my sellers and my buyers is that we're offering the first 30 days that they're in the house, we're going to take care of any unknown repairs and things that come up, any unforeseen repairs. And the reason we're doing that is because, for one, I've never lived in the house. And, you know, I don't know if I was you, but if I put 10 or 20% down and then some, you know, big problem came up in that first 30 days, I'd be a little bit upset about it. But we've been covering that as well. A lot of times we'll offer like one of those home warranties from a third party.
Yeah.
$350 pays for, you know, covers everything for a whole year. So there's a few things there that'll really help. And just wanted to touch on that real quick before you moved on.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you touched on it. It's something that I wanted to add as well. Home warranties are a great tool for both sellers and buyers, and it just ensures that you're taking best care of everybody that's working with you. So, yeah, again, I knew that you were doing a great job of working with people. So, I just wanted to also cover, you know, 5 tips for sellers to help them sell faster, sell for more, less hassle, and just a couple of just simple common sense things to help people. And, you know, when we're working with people, and whether it's a seller, you know, they're typically going through the emotions of, where am I going to sell my property? Do I need to sell it right away? Usually the answer is cash is still king if it's an option. You know, it's still the fastest way I've found to sell a house. So if you get a good cash offer and you know what your house is worth, take it. The challenge there is that with working with investors, you and I know that typically a cash offer is going to never be top dollar. It's typically going to be in the ballpark of 70 to 80% of the home value, depending on the situation in the house and condition. But cash is still king. But with a traditional realtor, again, you can expect 9 to 10% in miscellaneous closing costs. And this can take 3 to 6 months, or worse, you never get the house sold. Which, as I understand it, you know, you and I both get a ton of great property listings from expired listings.
Absolutely.
Ton of people that were once motivated and now are more motivated to sell, and it's a great group of people to tap into and really add value to, and they're really coming to us in droves. People just need help and understanding and facilitating these transactions. But typically what you can expect is you're going to have about 1% of the total cost of the transaction will be the title policy. Agent commissions are 3 and 3. And again, the benefits to sellers, just to highlight some of those points, is that when we're helping buy these properties from a seller, we're actually often paying closing costs. There's no agent commissions, and we're closing these deals, like you said, in as little as 15 days, 2 weeks. Our last deal, I'm going to do a quick case study. We helped meet the person 12 o'clock noon, showed them a house that afternoon, put the offer together in writing the next day. By day 11, they were moving in. It's just amazing how fast these transactions can be. But you know, the secret to doing these deals really fast is that there's no banks needed. You're going to have a quick close so long as there's income verification. You know, Philip and myself, ownerfinancepartners.com, really take it the rest of the way to take care of working with the title company, the attorneys, the licensed mortgage brokers to set up all the terms and really making this as easy as possible for you. And again, we're bringing the best terms available. So, the opportunity here for people is just amazing. I want to really be enthusiastic about telling people and sharing this information because there's an enormous glut of people, somewhere on the tune of 50 million buyers, 50 million home sellers that just cannot sell. They've not been able to build and establish equity. So when they come to the closing table, they're literally upside down on the transaction. I'm going to show you a quick transaction that we did where we actually put money back into the seller's pocket and really helped them out. So, but how often do you think these opportunities come around? You know, 1929, the Great Depression, who knows? But this is, again, source here is Mr. Phil Grove from Love American Homes. They do a great job of owner financing properties as well. But, you know, an amazing opportunity. You could just throw a rock across the street in any direction, and you're going to hit somebody that's wanting to buy owner finance. You're going to hit somebody that's wanting to sell. It's just truly is an amazing opportunity. So, that being said, you know, what worked back then, you know, it was easy to get a loan. No income loans, no, you know, stated income, anybody could get a loan. If you were breathing, you could basically get a house and move on in. But today, that's not the case. You know, that's why owner financing makes so much sense. Again, Philip and I talking about the average turnaround time or the ballpark time frame of what you can expect, you know. But essentially, people are having to adapt. They're mutating their business models, and they have to migrate, or they're going to die. And that's really where I think Philip is adding tremendous value to buyers and sellers alike. So this is some observations in our business that has really helped us do a tremendous amount of deals. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in here and talk about some of our websites that you can go to for our landing pages. I want to go ahead and, again, just promote Philip and just show you where you can sign up, register, look at some of the inventory of properties here. But Philip, go ahead and talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've got several, but let's focus on the one that you've got up right now. And like I said, if we don't have a property right now that they're interested in, that works for them, there's the Apply Now tab there on the left. So you'll go to successhomesellers.com. That's showed there on your screen, successhomesellers.com. You can look at our current inventory at any time where you see there on the left side, there's the Properties tab. And then just beneath that, there's the Apply Now tab. Now, don't get that confused with the credit application because it's not. It's really just a questionnaire that asks some questions about how many bedrooms you're looking for, what areas you're looking for, how much you can afford monthly, and your down payment that you can afford, and all that good stuff. And what that does is it gives us a bird's eye view of exactly what you're looking for. That way, when we have another property that matches your needs, we'll be able to give you a call or send you an email about the properties as they come up.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, a lot of people don't know all the different strategies of owner financing and renting to own. And again, I came to you because you're so proficient in doing these transactions, but I see here even on your website, purchasing homes with a lease option to buy, renting to own. Really, you're allowing people to buy their dream homes and give them a much more easily accessible barrier to entry to owning their dream home. So kudos on that. And again, I want to shamelessly self-promote myself a little too here. But you can go to ownerfinancepartners.com. And again, you know, there's tons of homes all over Houston that you're going to be able to find. And we're pre-negotiating some of the best terms with dozens, even hundreds of homes. And professionals like Philip that are bringing homes that are owner financed to market. And what I like about Philip is don't have to do any negotiating. You're already offering the best terms on the market, Philip. So great job on that. And you know, homes starting as little as $10,000 down, you're going to get VIP access to the home listings. You're going to get coaching on how to negotiate the best terms. And we're really going to go ahead and handhold you so that you can buy a house. Or if you're a seller, we're going to show you how to help sell your house faster and with less hassle. So thank you again for taking the time. And Philip, I'm going to give this free giveaway, some things that we're going to give away on this presentation. If you opt in, whether you're opting in with Philip, make sure you tell him that I sent you, because I do a lot of business with Philip. But and again, my name's Mike Alexander. But the other thing is, my company, our company's Neartown Properties, but we're really providing owner finance skills to help you confidently buy and sell. We're going to give you some tips on how to negotiate a fair deal, even a great deal. And if you're selling, we'll give you 5 tips for sellers to sell faster, for more, less hassle. And it really truly is a win-win-win. Whether you're a buyer, a seller, an agent, or an investor, you're going to get more deals and more transactions done with less hassle. So again, Philip, I just want to say thank you again. You're doing a fantastic job of helping people. And any final comments you want to provide us?
Yeah, well, I appreciate you having me on the call, and I'm definitely excited. I love helping sellers that need to sell, obviously, and helping buyers that need to buy in the non-traditional formats. And I think you've got a really good program here set up for these people, and helping them, just kind of holding their hand and walking through these deals with them, making sure they don't get taken advantage of in that kind of situation. And I'm excited about what you're doing as well, and look forward to continue working with you and your students, your buyers and sellers as well.
Well, fantastic, Philip. And again, if you want to look at some of the experiences and testimonials of students and of other buyers and sellers, you're going to be able to go right here. But whether you're like Jose and Dina that bought and sold a house in 11 days, or whether you're like the Rileys here that started and finished in 20 days, actually almost closed on a house and only to find out it wasn't the right school district. One of the things that I know you and I both do is we both go to the best school districts. Any ISD you pick, Philip and I at ownerfinancepartners.com or Success Home Sellers can find the school district you need and give you the best owner finance terms. Or like Keith and Nancy, we actually helped Keith and Nancy both buy and sell. What's amazing is that when you incorporate owner finance into your business, you're going to find a lot more sellers of their own home that are also looking to then immediately owner finance another property. So we helped them twice in less than 60 days to buy and sell, which was an amazing feat. But what was even more amazing is Monica's story, which is the seller that was in dire need of really selling her property, didn't know she needed to sell, had an unfortunate series of events that just required her to sell faster than she thought necessary. And instead of losing, 10 to 15,000 of equity at closing with a traditional agent, believe it or not, we actually put $7,000 in her pocket, and actually put $7,000 in our own pockets, and felt good about helping her, because otherwise she was going to lose everything. So we're doing great things like this, you and I, Philip, to help others. So be sure to sign up, stay tuned for more coaching sessions, and if you really want to learn how to wholesale and owner finance, we're going to be doing training sessions and lessons for the professional investor, the professional agent that really wants to take their business to the next level. And we're going to do regular coaching sessions here like this with folks like Philip and ownerfinancepartners.com, where we're here to help you each step of the way. Whether you're a buyer, a seller, an agent, or investor, we're here to help. So Philip, thanks again. And this is my first time here with Skype and doing all this technology. I feel like I'm getting old at my young age here. And I wanted to play a little bit of music from I'm the Man, I'm the Man, I'm the Man. But I just want to reiterate, you're doing a fantastic job for people. And thanks again.
All right. Thanks for having me, man. You're doing great stuff, too. So looking forward to working with you.
All right, guys. Well, Mike Alexander, Philip Warwick signing out from Houston, Texas. And we look forward to helping you. Take care.
Awesome.